The crowds are going wild once more. Seeing that the first wave of beasts has already been dealt with, the announcer signals at the beginning of the second wave. 3 giant cobras are now making their way towards Darren, while the tramplers decide to try chasing some of the easier prey. The cobras are both taller and wider than Darren, but their size is not only dangerous thing about them. By the looks of the black spots on the necks, I'm almost certain that these are in fact acid-spitting cobras, not regular ones. The acid that comes from cobras is not as strong as the acid from mage spells, but it's definitely not something to be sneezed at. While it may not significantly damage weapons and armor that have been significantly enchanted, the acid from a cobra can still burn through most regular metals in a matter of minutes. It can burn through human flesh in a matter of seconds. Being now faced with the ranger attacker, Darren decides that it is no longer safe to maintain his position. He switches to the offensive, advancing slowly with his shield in front. Darren gradually closes the gap between himself and the cobras until he gets near enough to be able to make a dash attack. The cobras have been spitting at him all this time, but judging by the impact it's had on Darren's shield, they may as well be spraying water. Darren makes a dash towards one of the cobras. He slices his head off in one strike. Before the other two get to attack, which he bashes one with the shield by stabbing the other through the mouth with his sword. He then makes sure that the third cobra is still dizzy, and he finishes it off as well with one well-timed slash of his blade. While Darren was busy with the cobras, the other gladiators somehow managed to bring down one of the tramplers by themselves. Seeing that the other tramplers are not planning to attack him anymore, Darren decides to go help the others kill off the remaining creatures. If none of you are going to listen to reason, then I'll fight on my own, Brew shouts again, this time louder than before. I don't plan on getting killed to save your sorry behinds. Very much doubt that anyone was counting on your help to begin with, Wilhelm says. Could you please keep quiet? Our battle will begin shortly. I would like to concentrate. Great. Our fight hasn't even started yet. Our team is already falling apart. I should have known from the beginning that these people could not be trusted. There's a very loud burst of cheering coming from the outside. It appears that Darren and the other surviving gladiators have finally defeated all the creatures. The announcer is signaling them to leave the fighting arena, so the show can proceed. Once Darren and the others leave the stage, the iron grating in front of us finally begins to get raised. We all make our way towards the center of the arena like all of the divisions before us. Ladies and gentlemen, I give you the 4th division, the announcer says. The crowd watches us in complete silence as we make our way past all the animal. Oh, no one cleaned them? Okay. Past all the animal carcasses in order to reach our destination. It's clear that they do not recognize anyone from our division. They're probably already thinking that we are going to get butchered, and then the first division from earlier. Hope we won't end up proving them right, because the first division actually was coordinated and they got butchered. So apparently we are about to get butchered. We'll see. You hear a lion's roar coming from beyond the gates leading to the creature's den. 2 manticores walk out of the den and then they immediately soar to the sky, just like the ones that fought the first division. Yeah, this is going to be difficult because there are ground troops we have to fight, and then we won't have the attention to pay the beast in the sky, and then they'll swoop down at some fortunate moment for them and they bite at us. Leading to the 2 manticores soar in the sky like the ones in the first division. Coming from behind them, 3 desert marauders are now making their way into the arena as well, but those aren't the only beasts that are coming out our way. 2 giant acid spitting, oh, we are dead. Since cobras are now also slithering their way out of the den. If my ears are not failing me, I think I can hear the sounds of a few tramplers getting ready to charge towards us. I feel like all these are coming out specifically for us because they want to kill us. Any division without any of our teammates that were responsible for killing the nobles probably will not face this much of a immediate waves. They send them in waves, not send them out all at once, but we'll see. Going to charge towards us. I think we're gonna For this fight, we are going to try something a little different. The announcer says the members of the 4th division will have to fight not 2, not 3, but the 4 different type of our strongest creature, and they'll have to kill them all if they want to advance to the next round. The change in our schedule was a personal request from our esteemed arena owner, Mr. Venard. I mean, probably Mr. Venard thought just because we came down there that we are some OP creature. We are not. So we are definitely going to be dying a lot, and there's going to be a lot of reloading. This game does not lock you. If you don't have the stats, it's probably going to give you some bullshit option. I remember in the first thing when we first fight 3 brothers and we have to fight one of the mages with a fucking knife. If you don't have the stats for that, you can actually hide behind Kate and she just oh, you owe me now. She goes like that. So that can be done. So you will get through this. We won't perma die like Rogue's Choice and whatever. But whatever, we'll see. I'm just blabbering at this point. We'll have to kill them all. You advance to the second round. That bastard. This is his way of telling me that in order to make it out of here alive, I'll need to outperform both Hardrick and Darren. You've got to be kidding me. Just make sure you all follow my orders and everything will be alright. Bruce says, I knew it. The ex-noble thug says, I knew that you would start playing leader as we get into the arena. I already told you nobody's going to listen to you. So you can take your orders and shove them up your arse. Is this really the time and place to have this argument? Actually, I think Bruce would be just fine. I completely agree. I should be the one lead the team, not Bruce. I'm not a leader, and neither is Barry, because he does not have the capabilities of that. Maybe a scout, because he does have a lot of scout-like abilities, but definitely not a leader. So we'll just go with, is this the time and place for the argument? So what do you propose to do, smartass? The thug says, bow down to the almighty and powerful Bruce and accept his every command. No, I say, I propose that you shut the hell up and pay more attention in the battlefield. The creatures are already moving to surround us. The cobras are trying, we are getting into combat, here we go. The cobras are now trying to get on our right side, while the marauders are coming from our left. Marauders are on the left, cobras on the right. The tree tramplers are now, why aren't they working as a team? The hell? Three tramplers are now also making their way into the fighting arena, and they are paving the ground with their hoofs, getting ready to charge. The manticores are still circling the skies, bidding their time. Charge at all the creatures all by myself. Charge at the creature. Which creatures? And ask Layla to join me. Wait for the creatures to get further away from each other before attacking. Oh boy. I've put some stuff in strength, so I do have strength. If we go after the marauders, I think I would be able to do some decent damage, until as their armor, which they did say they have armor, is like +4 in stats. Until as that's the case, then we are fill, or otherwise we should be fine. Charge at the creatures and ask Layla to join me. I feel like either that would be good, or wait for the creatures to get further away from each other before attacking. What does that even mean? They're just coming at us. How would they get further away? Well, charge of the creature and Layla to join me. I'm going in. I say, Layla, want to come with me? What? Layla says, no, wait, I think we should see what the creatures do first. Alright, I say, I'll go ahead on then. You can join me after if you change your mind. And then start running towards the group of the creatures. Don't look back. The beasts are already somewhat separated from each other, as I choose to start with the marauders, which is a good idea. There seems to be a least dangerous of the bunch. I charge at the scorpion-like creatures. This is a bit further away from the two, and I attempt to stab it in the face. I should have the strength for that. I just put 3 points in. Oh, it requires speed. Well, I'm good. I have 4 speed. Now, if the information is correct, when a giant scorpion-like creature gets attacked directly from the front, it does not consider itself overwhelmed by a large number of attackers. Its first reaction should be to attack me with its tail instead of blocking with its claws. This means the way to its head will remain clear as long as I'm fast enough to evade the tail. I move in range of the marauder's tail, and just as it strikes, I make a quick dash forward, stabbing the marauders in one of its eyes, and the scorpion-like creature retracts in pain. Take the opportunity to run my knife through the back of his head, finishing it off with one strike. Then take my knife out of the marauder's head, and I look towards the other 2 scorpion-like creatures, trying to decide which one I should attack first. Premonition fail. Hearing and reflexes do pass. I suddenly hear the sound of something flying through the air very fast above me. As I look up, I found out to my terror that one of the manticores that were encircling the skies before me is now less than a second away from reaching me. I jump out of the way at the very last moment, and then I use my knife to slash at the manticore's wing in order to cut off the feathers that it needs to fly properly. The creature tries flying away, but it no longer manages to gain altitude. It crashes to the ground. I have to give the beast no time to recover, and I jump at it with my dagger, slitting its throat in one move. Jeez, I'm doing well. I didn't think I would do this well, but okay. Perfect. 2 creatures are down already. Now let's see which monster I should attack next. Before I get to decide, I hear the sound of something dropping to the ground behind me. Turn around to see what happened. From what I can tell, it would seem that Wilhelm is the one that's been knocked out. It's been knocked out? And Layla is the one who hit him. Wilhelm was right behind me, and he's holding an orange-hilted dagger before Layla took him out. If my memory does not fail me, orange-hilted daggers are typically used by trained assassins. They are enchanted weapons that help conceal one's aura. Does that mean Wilhelm was an assassin? I changed my mind. You realize I'm here to help. Wait, what happened to Wilhelm? I'll ask her. I thought it would be self-explanatory. Layla, right. He was trying to kill you. I knocked him out. Damn, I say. I didn't even know this. The guy. I have no idea why he want me dead. So what's the plan? Layla, right. So which of the creatures do we attack first? Let's start with the marauders over there, which is a good plan, honestly. I see as I point towards the marauders that's nearer to us. Suddenly notice that the cobras are getting closest to us, and the 2 tramplers are moving around trying to find the best spot from where they can charge at us without having to worry about any obstacles in their way. Actually, never mind. I say, hold on, let me think about this a bit. Try to bait the cobras into spitting acid on the marauders. They have armor though. It said it can turn metal into shit in like few minutes, so marauders should be damaged with that. Try to bait the marauders into spitting acid on the ground. Ask Layla if you can deal with the tramplers while I deal with the cobras. Focus on killing the manticores first. There are no manticores. There are fucking... What manticore? Oh, the fucking flying ones?